And here we are, afternoon walk. Just us two. Monty is with mom and Lil Sis. They went, to the stables. So mom is taking Monty on a walk instead of just waiting, in the stables for Lil Sis to finish her thing. So yeah. And now we can go for, a walk, just two of us. Yeah, sunny. When I was in Nova Gorica, it was raining. The first day it was raining in the afternoon, so I couldn't go for, evening walk. And then the next day, on Thursday, it was raining. Basically, I was lucky that it started to rain after I finished my morning walk. But yeah, it was basically raining throughout the day. A couple of, some time ago, a couple of weeks ago, I made a video regarding that mandatory digital sign up for companies. So now the bill has basically passed the first stage. So it still isn't the law, but they had to water it down a bit. So basically, until now, companies had to keep a written record regarding the daily work hours for each individual worker. Now, according to the new bill law, they will also have to track in and out time. So when he or she comes to the work, when he or she leaves from work, in addition to the how many hours. And this could be done in written form or electronic form. So basically means the bill was watered down so much in the process, due to objections, that basically nothing will change for majority of companies. Instead, just keep keeping track for, instead of he worked 8 hours that day, so they will have to written down he worked for 8 hours from, I don't know, 9 to 5. I'm just watching, there is a doggo. And yeah, but what the bill brings, it's something new, which I agree kind of, that if the inspectors would find out about any sort of malfeasance with written timekeeping, they would be mandated to use electronical timekeeping device. So yeah, previously in the beginning they were saying everyone has to use the electronic timekeeping device. Now only those who has been found guilty of cheating, which I agree. Plus that exception for the university staff, teachers, employees, has been eliminated, which is basically I understand why teachers, university syndicates wanted to abolish want to keep the exception in the bill. You know, a lot of, let's say, for example, if you go to the conference, you cannot physically check in at your workstation. You know, for example, when I was employed at the university, all the employees at our faculty, Lizzie, and I think majority of, if not all the faculties have the same system, we had to log in into, you know, our with our personal computer, or, you know, the computer that was provided by the university, into a special, you know, program that would then, you know, officially start keeping a record on your presence. So basically when you came, you have to log in that program, so that you will then get, you know, recognition that you actually came to work. Because you couldn't, you could only, you know, do this at the faculty building. You couldn't sign in, you know, online, you know, remotely. But you didn't have to then, you know, log out or check out or whatever. You know, it was just, you know, yeah, at that day I was physically present at the faculty building or in my office. So yeah, you know, majority of larger companies are already using some sort of electronic, you know, timekeeping system. So for them it will not be problem, you know. The problem, if electronic such devices would be mandatory for all, would be basically for smaller companies, you know, let's say one-man shops, one-man companies. So yeah, I think still the better solution would be, you know, more inspectors and proper punishments for the companies that are actually guilty of such malfeasance, and not just, you know, yeah, let's just change the law for everyone. Okay, let's end on this point.